So, dear children, let's do the next chapter of English Literature, Grade 5. Did you recognize the sound? Yes, the sound is of tiger. So today we shall do Tiger by Leslie Norris. Let's know something about George Leslie Norris. He was a poet and short story writer. His works won many prizes. Many of his works speak about the beauty of natural world. The poem Tiger contrasts the pride and freedom of a tiger in its natural habitat, the jungle, with its pitiable condition in zoos. So children, contrasts here means the opposite, where a tiger should be free in the jungle. But here we'll see the tiger in a zoo, confined, imprisoned, and is in a very, very pitiable condition. Pitiable means very poor. So the poet asks us to understand the reason behind the quiet rage of the tiger. So tiger, we always know him as furious, angry, full of rage. Rage means anger. Why is there so much of quiet rage in a tiger? Let's know, and let's read the poem. Tiger. He stalks in his vivid stripes, the few steps of his cage, on paths of velvet quiet, in his quiet rage. He should be lurking in shadows, sliding through long grass, near the water hole where plump deer pass. He should be snarling around houses at the jungle's edge, baring his white fangs, his claws, terrorizing the village. But he is locked in a concrete cell, his strength behind bars, stalking the length of his cage, ignoring visitors. He hears the last voice at night, the patrolling cars, and stares with his brilliant eyes at the brilliant stars. So in the next few slides, I shall be explaining the poem to you. First stanza. He stalks in his vivid stripes. Stalks means walking, moving forward. Okay, so the tiger in the zoo, as you can see in the picture, he walks in his vivid. Vivid means very clear, and stripes means the pattern. You can see the pattern, the black pattern, the stripes on the body of tiger. So that is pretty clear. That is very prominent. So the few steps of his cage. So he walks with those stripes on its body in the cage. Few steps he takes on paths of velvet quiet. So he takes few steps because a jungle, if you see children, it's a huge place for a tiger to roam about. But a zoo, not the entire zoo. A tiger is kept in a confined place, which is there in the zoo, a small part of the zoo. So he has to walk there. He only can take few steps there. Okay, and how does he walk? He walks on pads of velvet quiet. So the paws of the tiger are very soft. So when he walks, he does not make any sound. It does not produce any sound. So that's why his paws are compared to velvet. It's as soft as velvet, so it does not produce any sound. If you see the dog's paws, you can check if you have a pet at home, dog or maybe cat. If you check their paws, they are very soft. They are padded, unlike ours. In his quiet rage, and the tiger is full of rage. Can you think why the tiger is angry? It's angry because It is confined. It is confined in the zoo, and it cannot roam about freely. Its freedom has been taken away. It has been confiscated. The tiger in the zoo walks in the limited space provided to it in the cage. It takes a few steps. There are stripes on its body which are quite prominent. Its paws are soft like velvet. No noise is produced when it walks on its pads of velvet. The tiger is silent but in rage. Rage means anger. Stanza 2. He should be lurking in shadows. So, lurking means to remain hidden. For instance, soldiers, they hide before they attack, isn't it? To attack, take an ambush. It's also called ambush. Okay. So in an ambush, what do we do to remain hidden? We hide and then we attack. If you, for example, like police, they have to be very careful when they are trying to catch a thief. So they hide themselves before attacking. So similarly, here the tiger hides in the shadow, sliding through long grass. So this scenario, this stanza talks about a tiger's experience, a tiger's life in a jungle. He has to slide through long grass. For what? He has to hide himself. He has to hide himself before attacking its prey. So prey is something that is a living thing that is eaten by another living being. Okay. So near the water hole where plump deer pass. So tiger, it's hiding itself in the jungle. It hides itself in the long grass to attack a deer. Now plump here means healthy deer. Explanation. Now the poet suggests that the cage is not the proper place for the tiger. What do you think? Do you think it's a proper place, or do you think a natural habitat is a proper place for a tiger? You'll answer me in class, okay? The tiger in the cage is a victim of human cruelty. So when you cage something, what does it mean? You are being cruel to that person. Imagine you are caged. We can even relate to the chapter we had done earlier, Ivan's story. So Ivan was also caged. Do you think it's a good thing? No. It shows our inhuman nature, our cruelty. Usually, tigers are found sitting under some bushes or long grass near a stream or water hole. And why do they sit there? They wait for their prey. They wait to hunt. As soon as they see their prey like deer coming there to drink water, they slide silently through the grass and kill them. The poet wants to convey to us that the tiger should be there in the forest, its natural habitat, and not in the zoo. Stanza 3. He should be snarling around houses. So even stanza 3 talks about a tiger's life in the jungle at night. He should be snarling around houses at the jungle's edge. So here, children, jungle's edge mean the outskirts of jungle. Barring his white fangs, his claws. You can see in the picture, its fangs, that long teeth. It helps him to attack and kill its prey, terrorizing the village. Isn't it? This is what a tiger does. It should be in a jungle. Okay, it should be snarling, roaming about near the outskirts of the jungle. And the villagers should be scared of the tiger. The poet proceeds further, giving another suggestion that the tiger should be sitting at the jungle's edge in close vicinity of a forest, that is nearby the forest. He should be there in reality. It should be terrorizing the people passing that way by showing its sharp teeth, baring its claws, and producing low sound of anger. This is what a tiger should do. He should be free in the jungle. Stanza 4. But he's locked in a concrete cell. But instead of being in the jungle, praying for its, looking for its prey, or maybe roaming about near the vicinity of the village, he is locked in a concrete cell. Concrete means a hard substance. Okay, I'll explain it further to you. His strength behind bars, stalking the length of his cage, ignoring visitors. So what does a tiger do in a zoo? Look at his pitiable condition, his poor condition. He's behind bars and his strength is behind bars. He walks the length of his cage and he tries to ignore the visitors. In this stanza, the poet expresses deep sympathy at the plight. Plight means pain, poor condition of the tiger that is imprisoned in a cell made of concrete. So what is concrete? It is a mixture of materials like cement, sand, small pieces of stone and water. So the things, the substances that are used to build a strong building. So he is enclosed in that. He is behind those concrete. He cannot come out of it because strong bars fixed at the concrete cell stop him. So he is engaged, isn't it? He is in cage and so he cannot come out. Thus, the poet says that the tiger's strength is locked behind the bars. The tiger shows no interest in looking at the visitors. Rather, he keeps on stalking. He keeps on walking in anger because he wants to go out. He doesn't belong there in the limited space of the cage. And at last, stanza 5, where we'll come to know how the day starts for a tiger in a cage and how it ends. He hears the last voice at night, the patrolling cars. Now, patrolling means moving about to check any danger. Like police at night, they are in a round to see if there is any danger. So, patrolling is going around a place to guard it. Okay, so here the zoo guards are there to see if there is no danger in the zoo. And stares with his brilliant eyes. He again stares. What does he do there in the zoo? He just walks, stares, walks, stares, nothing else. At the brilliant stars, and he looks at the shining. Brilliant here means shining stars. The poet again takes the reader to the cage where the tiger is sitting. In the cage and feeling unpleasant and restless, he hears the sound created by the patrolling cars of the zoo authorities. He shows no interest in them. The poet has shown him staring at the shining stars with his brilliant eyes. Thus, the poem ends up at the point where it had started. So, the poem starts with tiger being in the cage and ends with tiger being in the cage and staring and walking. The poet raises a moral issue here. He intends to present a strong case against the cruelty on animals which are kept in cages. So children, if you have caged any animal or any bird, you should let it go. Think about yourself. If you are locked up in a room, how will you feel? You won't have your freedom. So we are no one to take away the freedom of these animals, whose home is the natural habitat, the jungle, the entire environment and not our house or cage. Thank you.